Okay, now this is from Barry Mann, the director of Ice Cream Bunny. So it's going to be weird, but if we ease into it with...
Oh, my God! Come on.
With 4 big horns are growing from her brow. Well, you can.
Not part of the movie. This woman just lived on set during the shoot.
Well, how'd you like to meet a pumpkin man?
Yeah, I would like to meet a pumpkin man, just not this one. I'm legitimately terrified of him.
In the land of Oz.
Okay, now I see what this movie is really about.
That's something for Daddy.
Winkies will head for the Emerald City.
And if we need advice,
Wow, Steve Buscemi just disappears into this role.
that he's wise and he's witty. How'd you like to meet our good friend Tip?
He was Speaker of the House for most of Reagan's term.
Well, you can take my hand.
And we're off to the land.
Hey, spoiler alert. We knew there was a Land of Oz somewhere in this thing, but we didn't know that they were off to it.
Fade up on turkey vultures picking flesh out of the eyes of a pumpkin head.
Childhood.
Mr. Mole is holed up in that house with a shotgun.
Not coming out till Dumbelina comes back. You hear me, coppers? Ah, Dumbelina.
Whoa, Channy Man. Daddy, please don't make me be in one of your movies. They give me a funny feeling in my stomach.
Shut up and start knifing the pumpkin in your lap.
It's dangerous.
Come on.
Okay, Daddy, am I done? Will you please drive me to my Little League game? We're in the finals.
Sure. Just gotta knock out this thing. Then for another picture of mine, I'm gonna need you to jump off a roof with a picnic umbrella, okay?
Oh, Daddy.
Wait, what just happened to the giant pumpkin in his lap? What, are there 2 of him? What the hell's going on?
Cow noise.
God, this thing hasn't even started yet, and we're in Blair Witch territory already.
Perfect. I named you Jack the Pumpkinhead.
Boy, I don't know. It's hard for me to believe that Oz could be more wonderful than Tip's world.
Now, Cal, what do you think of that? That's Jack the Pumpkinhead, and I'm going to leave him right where he is. So when old Mommy comes home, what a fright he'll give her. Just you wait and see.
Yeah, great. Milk me, please. Milk me. Come on, it's been days. Please, milk me. I'm dying. Oh, God. It hurts.
Even the original Star Trek thinks these sets look fakey.
Old Mommy's here. She got back early. Now don't give my secret away.
Oh, you mean about the magazines you have hidden in the cow pen?
No, I mean about creating a pumpkin man. But yeah, the magazines too. Yeah.
So, old Mombi, huh? We're sure that's not Ron Wood?
The trip was worth it for this alone.
A little Mombi license plate for my bike. I've been combing gift shops my whole life for one of these.
Chip! Where are you? Lazy little boy. I can't even go away for a few hours without you dallying.
What's a witch gotta do to get a martini around this dump?
And scene. Mombi, that was terrific. I have no notes.
Fantastic, Mombi.
Wow.
Welcome to Walmart. Can I help you find anything today?
So, you DTF?
Some of that naughty boy's work, eh?
She seems pretty chill about the kid creating new life forms in her barn.
Scare me. Show him a thing or two.
Speak up.
I get an axe. Chop that ugly face pumpkin, too.
Just like she did to Dad.
Wait a minute. Now's the time to try the magical powders the old sorcerer gave me.
Well, yeah, obviously. It's either killed with an axe or use magical sorcerer powders. Clearly.
Sure.
Now's the time to see if they work.
A little trivia, in the Judy Garland version, the part of axe-murdering witch was given to Buddy Ebsen, but it turns out he was allergic to all the axe murdering.
This is the marvelous powder of life.
Doggies.
With this, you stupid hollow pumpkin head,
Whoa.
I can bring thee to life.
Like I almost did to Randy
Your
Quaid.
Wooden bones and silly grin. You don't deserve such a miracle.
Do I have to put up with this? It's really depumpkinizing.
But old Mombi wants to be sure
Mombi?
proper time comes that the powders work.
Okay, she knows they're filming, right? It seems like she thinks this is a run-through to get the blocking figured out.
Mumble, mumble, move over here. Mumble,
You're
mumble.
a good specimen to practice on.
I birthed and ate 3 calves today, if anyone cares.
Changed my mind. That's nutmeg. I'm going to roast your head and make a soup.
Yeah, well, these are the results you get when you buy an off-brand of old sorcerer's powder.
Whoa. Toe.
She is really botching Joey Lawrence's catchphrase.
Toe.
And he's kneeling in 8 inches of matted feces.
Powder of life needs a powerful spell. Only I know the secret of its magic.
Oh, this is a song. I thought she was having a stroke.
And I can foretell an end that is very, very tragic.
Mombi's done 3 turns at State Hospital. I swear she comes back worse every time.
It can turn a wagon into a dragon with scales and a fiery breath.
Yeah, well, maybe do that then, because that pumpkin guy
A
sucks.
into a bear who's dying to hug you to death.
Hey, Pumpkinhead here. Do I have to be around for this?
Can be risky, my friend,
Yeah.
if you're not up on your sorcery.
Yeah.
But oh me, oh my, it's as simple as pie.
Seriously, it seems like you got your own thing going, and I just kind of feel in the way.
Nobody warned us there'd be close-ups.
It can turn a blotter into an otter who'd rather eat you than a fish.
Yeah, and if you take cranberries and stew them like applesauce, they taste much more like prunes than rhubarb does.
Who'll carry you off with a swish. The powder of life must be handled with care.
She may be a supernatural being, but she'd better see a plain old doctor for her acute eczema there.
Thumb up your fingers, oh come, you say whoa, toe, pow.
You'll leave the theater humming the tune to the Men in Speed Stick commercial you saw several days before.
I'm not grooving. This is an involuntary tick. My nerves grew in all wrong.
Yeah, kid knows a crime against God when he sees one.
Yeah, stop it.
The powder of life can be risky, my friend, if you're not up on your sorcery.
Pretty sure she also has necrotic tissue around her lips and her eyes. She needs immediate medical attention.
A witch, for a witch, for a witch, like you, like me.
Oh, the witch is problematic because I'm a Wiccan.
Sneaking wicked boy. I'll teach you to try and scare me.
Pumpkin guy really leads with his crotch. It's upsetting.
You don't have to get mad at me.
And now you've seen one of my best kept secrets. I'm going to have to punish you.
Now grab the loofah and get working on old Mombi's skin tags.
You're mistaken. Now come into the house with me.
I'll just be out here with the axe.
And what about me?
You stay here until I find something useful for you to do.
God, I'm so sad. I assume my face is accurately reflecting that.
Yes. He carved my face and dressed me. He is my father.
And not enough fathers these days are actively involved in carving their children's faces.
You are my slave, and I am your mistress.
Whoa, mistress. Well, all right. Now this thing just got interesting.
For the rascal you call your
Look, some
father,
for Daddy.
it's his punishment.
Hey, pal, help me out. Do you think my nostrils look like 44 caliber exit wounds?
Yeah, I'm sitting down. It's not because you told me to. I was going to do it anyway. What are you looking at?
My, what a peculiar-looking creature you are.
So, sentience, huh?
Yeah, it ain't that great.
Oh, it ain't.
Are you fixing dinner? I'm hungry.
Your dinner, to be sure. You won't be hungry for long.
As your punishment, I'm making
What do you
Scrapple.
mean?
I'm going to make a secret potion. A long time ago, I promised the wizard I would keep an eye on you.
And to answer your question, yes, Radagast the Brown was a very generous lover.
Put up with your pranks and laziness,
Acrobatic.
but I can still keep my promise.
What are you going to do?
Well, right now, I promised Rhonda I'd pick up her shift at Walgreens, but after that...
Put you in my garden. I can watch you very well.
You know, what with all these spacious
I
windows.
don't want to be a statue. I want to be a little boy.
Little boy. Little boy.
Hitler was a little boy. Look where that got him.
Worthless. Nasty things. Never want to work.
What little boy hurt you,
Mommy.
Mombi?
If you turn me into a stone statue, who's going to do your chores? At least I do some of them.
Some of them.
Who'll do the
Sounds like you got a real successful future ahead of you, kid.
That stupid pumpkin head who calls you father. That's who do the chores. He's too stupid to think of playing pranks and dallying in the cornfield.
Not only that, Patrick Swayze declared him too stupid to have a good time.
Change me into a goat or a chicken or a puppy dog so I could run and play.
No.
That she's not turning him into a chicken is one of the biggest disappointments of my life, as of today.
Come on, honey chicken. You can pound his thighs flat, bread him with panko, and pan-fry him.
Kevin's hungry.
When I say the magic number of 9 times 9, you'll turn into a stone statue.
Now I gotta go look up what 9 times 9 is. I didn't make it out of the second grade, okay?
So now, eat your fill, little man. Eat all the bread and cheese you wish. Because tomorrow, you are going to be my garden ornament.
I'm thinking maybe a pink flamingo with shade. Still brainstorming.
I'll show her. I'll cut her Packers hat to shreds.
I don't want to be a statue in someone's flower bed.
Dad, I think I just hit puberty.
Who cares? Keep singing.
Staring at you, or pigeons on your head.
Oh, careful with that knife, kid.
I guess nobody flagged the part of the script that said small boy swings large knife toward face.
To go adventuring.
Somebody get that thing away from him.
To be a real boy.
Good. Tell security to stand down.
I don't want to stand in one place and watch the world go by.
Dad, my voice cracked again.
Shut up or I'm giving you to the nuns.
One place in Christmas or July. I want to travel everywhere beyond the sunset What is there?
Over the rainbow, somewhere.
Whoa, careful. Lawsuit.
I want to be a real
Go on.
boy.
Which, to be clear, I currently am and have always been, but I've been warned I soon won't be, so this song is primarily anticipatory.
I don't want to be a stone statue. And I'm not going to.
Good conclusion, kid. Could have saved us a song.
Bandana for some quick Bret Michaels karaoke cosplay, then on with the escape.
Ah, again with the knife.
I get it. This movie's giving me a strong desire to do some stabbing.
Yep, good. Just take one slice. It would be rude to steal a whole loaf of bread from the openly evil witch who wants to trap you into a hellish statue form. It's good manners.
She's dreaming of that summer at the lake with a handsome young flying monkey. The one time she was happy.
Shouldn't Fred Flintstone be throwing a cat out this front door?
I can't leave poor Jack to work for that nasty old woman.
Wow, the spark sure went out of this marriage fast.
Okay, now chop off that pumpkin head for sustenance and... Oh, hey, Jack.
You come to talk to me. Gee, but I was getting lonesome.
Quiet! You should be lonesome, you sad, ill-begotten sin against man.
We're running away.
He scratches his head like that right before he kills.
What is running away?
Never mind. I'll explain to you later. Just be quiet.
This ends with the kid telling Jack about the rabbits, doesn't it?
Goodbye, Cal. I won't be milking you anymore. I'm sorry I have to leave, because you're the only friend I ever had.
Milking-based friendships are the best friendships of all.
Hell yeah. That's cow for I consider you an acquaintance.
Yeah, weird ASMR video.
I forgot something. The magic powder. We might need it to help keep you alive.
By all means, Father, we must have a magic powder.
Also, could you back up to the part about how you're not sure how to keep me alive?
Oh, flying monkey, why? Why you leave me for that tree?
Ugh. On second thought, let's not rob her. Her life here is making me way too sad.
Oh, hey, Dad, my shoelace got caught on some exposed wiring. Are you sure this is safe?
It's safe! Shut up! Keep crawling!
Man, I just can't keep up with the breathless Ocean's 11 pacing of this heist.
No, I certainly hope no one crept in. I definitely don't leave my window unlocked hoping for that or anything.
Meanwhile, Pumpkinhead's already in Vegas, owning the craps table and surrounded by babes.
This is weak stuff, kid. Dorothy killed a witch with her damn house the moment she got to Oz.
She's really not going to wake up, is she?
Thrilling sequence. Should have been longer.
Did you get the powder, Father?
Yes, it's right here.
Oh, good.
All right, really going to need you to stop calling the kid father. I know it's indecent, even if I don't fully understand why.
Beautiful
Okay, now she's going to wake up and chase him.
statue.
Now. For sure now.
Little
Don't want to start chewing my garden.
Welcome to Witch Cam. Watch hot local witches mutter in their sleep without advancing the plot. Only $6.99.
For the rest of my days.
Tip and his newfound friend headed toward the Emerald City.
Also, this movie has a narrator now and a map.
But at least they had gotten away from Mombi.
That was the last of the food. And I'm still hungry. It's lucky you don't eat anything.
No, I'm quite hungry.
Like I said, you don't eat anything.
I'm not actually sure, but we should be headed south.
Follow the yellow brick road, meet. I'm not actually sure, but we should be headed south.
I think south is that way.
Makes for a catchy tune later.
What is the Emerald City?
It's the largest city in the whole country, and everything is green. Like in this country, everything is purple.
It is?
Everything is purple?
Thank you, Jack, for confirming we're not
And over
insane.
there is turning green. And in the west, where the Tin Woodman rules, everything is yellow.
That's why it's known as the land of Coldplay.
Who is the Tin Woodman?
He and the Scarecrow helped Dorothy destroy the Wicked Witch of the West.
Well, sounds like a good story. They should make a movie of it.
So confused with all this history. Who is the Scarecrow?
There's so many things you don't know. But I guess it's because you're only 1 day old.
Also explains the constantly full diaper.
Dorothy.
She's a girl who came from Kansas. That's a place outside of Oz in the big world.
It's near the big country, where dreams stay with you, like a lover's voice fires the mountainside.
Good fairy sent her home.
With the Scarecrow?
No.
Oh, boy.
After she left, the people of Emerald City made the Scarecrow their king.
Based on his sound fiscal policy and commitment to infrastructure.
I hope so. He will help protect us from Mombi.
Oh dear, I hope he will. Let's hurry.
Wait, I need a little sleep first.
Ooh, thanks, kid. God forbid we move this thing along at all.
Sleep?
It's something boys have to do.
Yeah, like wearing a frilly collar and little shorts.
I wish I knew how far we have to go. Well, good night.
Couple of top shelf conversationalists right here.
Whoa, Jack's eating his own face. Creepy.
Yeah, the kid falls asleep. Can you just cut to the kid being asleep? We'll believe it happened.
Whoa, that night's sleep did Mombi some good.
To touch a star, to hold its glory in your hand.
Stifler's mom, the good witch.
How impossible that wish may seem.
I feel like they overspent on the background set for this musical number.
It's extravagant.
You can be sure it will come true.
So she's standing sort of just behind Pumpkinhead's shoulder?
That's really awkward. He's trying to pretend he doesn't notice her, but of course he notices her.
No dream you dream can be too grand. And
Pumpkin Guy's pretty lucky that father forgot to give him ears.
it can never be.
Run-of-the-mill gardening gloves. They spared no expense.
When you see your bright star shining there.
The ghosts of former beauty pageant queens sing at you in Oz.
See the stars, they're sprinkled all across the sky.
Stars sprinkled all across the sky, not pictured here.
For only
Guys, I'm sincerely not sure if they're showing us his dream or this is actually happening and he's supposed to be sleeping through it.
That's filmmaking, baby.
Art. It's art.
to touch a star. Just reach right out from where you stand.
Or from where you are, which would have rhymed with star, but I'm not here to tell you how to do your job, witch.
Out the way, that's not very far.
watch people sleep badly. That's what Wonderful Land of Oz is all about.
And your dreams.
Yeah, can't shake the feeling someone just out of frame is holding a gun on her.
This musical makes High School Musical look like college musical.
I get it.
Yeah.
And there goes the good enough witch.
The adequate witch.
I thought I heard someone talking.
Even the movie doesn't know if that was a dream or not. We're in good hands.
Because I can't sleep. I really should try and be helpful.
Maybe if I sang a song.
That's okay. That's okay.
No.
No.
South is that way. Maybe I could find the road to Emerald City for father.
And then ditch him and team up with that Dorothy he was talking about. Sounds like she actually knows how to get things done.
Okay, enough. We know what sleeping looks like.
Uh-oh. High School Drum Corps needs the stage for practice. Clear the set, everyone.
Hello, Jack.
Oh, where did you come from?
My friend and I are going to Emerald City.
What friend?
You got some kind of grade school Tyler Durden thing going on,
Well,
kid?
he must have taken a walk, but he'll be back. Is this the right road?
Yes, it is. In fact, I'm on my way there myself to join my army.
We're out for Munchkin blood.
Yes, my name is General Ginger. I'm head of the Army of Revolt. We girls are taking over the Emerald City.
Oh, it's also a secret plot, so don't tell anybody.
Scarecrow.
He is a fool. We're going to replace him. I will be the Queen or the Empress. I haven't decided which title I like the best.
Maybe
I don't think
Quempress.
that's right. The people elected him king.
The people are soft. We're going to change all
Jeez, Ginger.
that. Besides, the city is full of beautiful jewels just going to waste lying on the streets. My girls and I could put good use to them.
They run a paramilitary
Think of all the
group
beautiful
slash
bracelets,
Etsy
rings,
shop.
and necklaces we could make.
That's no excuse to overthrow an empire or kingdom or whatever it is.
Tip, the American voter.
But why should I be talking to you, a lowly boy? What is your name?
Tipperarius.
It's a long way to me.
Where's your army now?
It's a military secret, but I guess I can tell you.
What?
They're gathering in the woods near the Emerald City. We plan to attack tomorrow. And that reminds me, I must be going. I have many things to do.
Of course, I can't tell you about them. Okay, fine, I will.
Are you sure you're not a spy for the Scarecrow?
Oh no, I never met him.
Yes, he screams
I'm on my way
intelligence
to ask him
officer.
For protection from my wicked old stepmother, Mombi.
I don't believe you. I order you to come with me. And you can carry these baskets. And you must walk 2 paces behind like a prisoner of war should.
Death March the Yellow Brick Road just doesn't have the same ring to it.
Because I'm hungry.
Death March the Yellow Brick
That's
Road.
the trouble with boys.
Death March the
They're
Yellow Brick
always
Road.
hungry. When I become queen, I'm going to change all that.
You mean you're not going to let boys eat? You won't be very popular.
Yeah, but think of the
Only
farting
going
she'd
to
cut
allow
down
repeated
on.
meals and nothing
That would be
in
a
between.
popular position.
I haven't had one meal since last night, and I'm hungry.
Very well, then. You may eat a few of my sandwiches as we walk along.
She's carrying enough sandwiches that she can spare a few?
Well, you don't plan a coup without several dozen hoagies, Mike.
Cut to Tip playing Russian roulette with emaciated members of the Lollipop Guild.
And he gets doused by boiling oil poured through a murder hole.
This must be the Oz that Father was talking about.
No, it's Brian Bodsworth's place. The B just fell off the sign.
What's all the commotion? His Majesty the Scarecrow will be very upset.
Oh, hey, Dr. Zaius.
I'm sorry for the disturbance, sir, but I seem to be confused. I'm sure my father Tip will be along soon, but right now, I don't seem to know what to do or say.
He's voiced by Strong Sad, isn't he?
You're a peculiar-looking sight.
You're not so beautiful yourself. Now please stop being so insulting, and lead me to His Majesty.
Sure, His Majesty loves uggos.
Well, that's better. Hey!
I'm sure he'll find you strange.
In this movie, instead of a welcome song, there's just a janitor squeezing out his mop and coughing.
Yeah! Scarecrow borrowed Santa's pants.
Bring me another virgin. The last one displeased me.
Well, well. Come in.
Oh, God.
Come here and let me look at you.
You're not going to sing about Halloween Town, are you?
Where on earth do you come from, and how do you happen to be alive?
I beg your Majesty's pardon, but perhaps you will not be able to understand me. You see, I come from a strange country, and therefore am a foreigner.
I'm here to work exceptionally hard and then get demonized for it.
Emerald City. But you, I suppose, speak the language of the Pumpkinhead?
Exactly. So I guess you will not be able to understand me.
That is unfortunate. I shall call for an interpreter.
You need anything else? Coffee? Head candle? Or
Well, that's somebody who understands both my language and yours. Now, when I say something, the interpreter will tell you what I mean, and vice versa.
Oh, how wonderfully clever. I am sure it is because of such great wisdom that people made you their king.
Nah, it was just some crap about square roots and triangles.
While we're waiting, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Your Majesty forgets that I cannot understand you. We had best wait for your interpreter.
The lamest joke a youth group leader has ever told lights up the silver screen.
You seem to be, rather hastily made.
Well, you look like someone shoved horse food into clothes rejected by goodwill.
There's difference between us, is there, Your Majesty?
All right, let's make this quick. I'm brokering a ceasefire with Narnia in 30.
An interpreter?
Yes, my dear. Do you understand this man's language?
Would you say something, sir?
Killing Hitler as a baby would still be morally wrong.
You are a very beautiful girl.
Thank you, sir. Yes, Your Majesty, I understand him perfectly, and besides, he's a very nice gentleman.
That is excellent. Now, would you please ask him, what brought him here to the Emerald City?
His Majesty would like to know, what brings you to the Emerald City?
Cheap prescription drugs.
For some reason, I seem to know he would ask that question. I started out with a boy named Tip, and we were coming here to ask His Majesty's protection against Tip's wicked stepmother.
What does he say? What does he say?
He says an 80-year-old vaudeville hack wants his shtick back.
That for the life of him, he can't understand why the people of Emerald City chose such a funny-looking scarecrow as king.
Then he said Ray Bolger wouldn't take a dump in that costume.
I thought you said he was a gentleman. I didn't expect him to insult me.
I didn't insult you.
Now wait until she translates. What do you think we have an interpreter for?
Third base?
All right,
I don't know.
right. But please, young lady,
doing a bit
say
here.
exactly what I say.
Of course, sir. And His Majesty said before he also thought you were very funny-looking.
I'm just as Tip made me, ma'am.
Said, and that wasn't what he said. And it wasn't what I said either. It seems to me we understand each other perfectly. It's only your meddling that's causing the trouble.
You're like Grima Wormtongue in a miniskirt.
What are you laughing at, dear?
You too, Your Majesty. The language of the Gillikins and the Munchkins are both the same. You should know that. You both understand each other perfectly.
Then we don't need an interpreter.
Of course not.
Execute her!
Was stupid of me.
It was my fault, Your Majesty. I brought it up in the first place.
You may go now, my dear. We don't need you. My friend and I understand each other quite well.
Okay, I'm going to go empty the horse of a different color's dung sack.
Let us be good friends, Pumpkinhead. I can see that you and I are made somewhat the same. If we stick together, we can help each other.
Okay, well, that's one way to spend 4 minutes of your life.
Everything's ready. We're just waiting for General Ginger.
Here she comes now, and with a little boy.
Hooray, dinner!
I told you before, tuck in your shirt and pull up your sock. I don't want anybody sloppy in my army.
The boy private piled himself later that night.
Girls, the time has come for the attack. Yay!
Oh, Sergeant Pepper's Foxy Hearts Club Band.
We have nothing to fear of the Royal Army. They are old and weak. We are young and strong.
And lithe and nubile.
Mr. Director, please.
Look at him.
We have the city. We will be able to do as we wish. No more housework. No more homework. And no more babysitting.
Yeah, that was also what sparked the Arab Spring.
And you know as well as I do the amount of wasted jewels on the streets of the cities. They will be yours for the taking.
Hooray!
General, may I ask you a question?
Ask her in the jello pit.
Mr. Director.
Come on, be hot.
Part of an army without weapons, what are we going to use?
I've thought of that. My servant here has been carrying them.
2 vials of Ebola. We're hitting their water supply.
We will use these knitting needles. They may not be necessary, but if they are, you know what to do with them. You, come up here.
The rest of you get nothing. Focus on resenting the girls I picked.
So we use these to clean the barrels of the machine guns you're handing out next, right?
On this great takeover day, we'll have emeralds on a tray.
Ceausescu fired up his troops with a very similar song.
Every wish, bringing our favorite dish. On this great takeover day, throw your pencils and books away. Give them to your brother Gus.
But dig them out of the trash first, since you just threw them away.
No more scrubbing up, no more rubbing up for our mamas and papas.
Well, maybe a little rubbing up.
Mr. Man,
Come
please.
on.
We'll be famous now when we conquer ours. On this great takeover day,
Voices will dub all the words we say.
fame and glory wait on this great takeover day.
Okay, I think everyone's fired up to take over and just march and... Oh, you got a little more song, huh? All right.
Foot up, foot down, foot up, foot down, foot up, foot down. You're good at foot up.
This great takeover day.
Which one of these poor ladies do you think ended up in the ice cream bunny costume?
Give them to your brother Gus. No more homework for us.
Homework, a major concern for every woman in her late 20s, early 30s.
Rubbing up for our mamas and papas. They can't stand us now. We'll be famous now when we conquer all.
Okay, now in the next verse, we'll focus on who to give your homework to in the extremely unlikely event you don't have a brother named Gus.
Fame and glory wait.
For some actors in another movie!
Now, on to the gates of the city.
Yay! Line up, girls.
Oh, you already are. Well, line up more.
Forward, march.
By noon, their dead would clog the sewers of the Emerald City.
Okay, $10 says Barry Mann is paying this guy an expired liver medication.
Prove your loyalty, Tip. Kill him with your bare hands.
Army, halt!
Good morning, my dear. What can I do for you?
Surrender instantly.
Surrender? I never heard of such a thing in my whole life.
Still, you must
Kid,
surrender.
no,
We're
do that
in
between takes.
This is my
Come,
army,
Tip,
and I
keep your
don't-
hand out of your pants.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
All right, girls, just a minute.
I'll be right back.
Nobody sees the care of Scro. Not nobody, not no. You know what he meant.
Now you surrender.
This gun killed 3 dozen Turks in the Crimean War.
Would you?
No, I couldn't do a thing like that. Besides, the gun isn't loaded.
Not loaded.
I lost the bullets.
Put me on a leash and call me Toto.
The gun isn't loaded. Now I say again, surrender. Forward.
Yay!
I've been naughty. Take out my false teeth and chomp my nips with them.
There seems to be some kind of disturbance out in the street.
Wouldn't want to be the dope they built that guillotine for.
Oh, Father!
Jack, I'm glad to see that you made it safely.
And who's this?
A kid who's never going to act again.
Father Tip, the boy I was telling you about. He is the one that fashioned me.
How do you do, Tip? And welcome to the Emerald City.
He mispronounced
Thank you.
shitty.
I'm sorry I couldn't make it faster to warn you.
Warn me. Of what?
That General Ginger and her army of revolt is taking over the city.
Oh, dear. That's terrible. Why would anyone want to do that?
They said they're tired of doing housework.
Broads, am I right? Anyone else use a beer?
I am no longer king, is that correct?
I'm afraid so, Your Majesty.
Oh, dear me. This is terrible.
Ah, the actor's unfiltered complaint finds its way into the final cut of the movie.
My friend. Being king is terribly worrisome at best. I don't really mind. And besides, this crown is heavy. It gives me a headache. I'll be glad to give the throne to this General Ginger and let her have all the worries.
Like the rampant poppies to make you sleep problem plaguing our schools.
That's much better.
Floor hats. What can't they fix?
We're going to get away. We must do it now, while the girls are collecting jewels. We'll go out the back door.
That common feature of every city, the back door.
Yeah.
What pretty earrings these would make. I want a pair.
Nothing says you can't engage in a violent coup and accessorize.
I don't care. It makes a nice necklace.
I told you not to take those. Now put them back and take only the loose ones.
These jewels surface decades later in Argentinian pawn shops.
We'll take this one out of the wall.
No, but I'll go get one.
Please, that's the most beautiful jewel in all of Emerald City.
Oh, be quiet.
Back in your shame hole, Corky St. Clair.
General, the king has escaped. How? They went out the back. Oh, let them go. It doesn't matter. Now I am queen, and I proclaim this to be a holiday. Hooray!
Today we celebrate the humble parsnip.
Boo!
Convince the Scarecrow that for the good of the people, he shouldn't give up the crown, and that they should make plans with the Tin Woodman to attack the city.
So please disregard the previous scenes entirely.
Yep, that beloved character, the light gauge galvanized sheet steel and silver leotard woodsman.
Okay, here's your problem there, Chief. You got a blown engine gasket and faulty oil pump. I'll know more when I get you up on the lift, but I gotta tell you, we're looking at $4, maybe $5 grand, and 3 weeks before I can get you back to you.
And now for the polishing.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Boy, it's your lucky day when you draw King Lubing duty.
Mr. Director?
Yeah, this just doesn't do it for me. I'm surprised as you are.
You know, of all the things I thought we'd see in this movie, the deflowering of a camping stove is not one of them.
Hurry, girls, hurry. I have many affairs of state to attend to today. That tickles. My dear old friend.
Grab a rag and start wiping me, would you, old pal?
How delighted I am to see you. You haven't changed a bit. You're as handsome as ever.
And so are you, my friend.
Throne room's kind of a pile, but whatever.
My other friends. Jack, the Pumpkinhead, and his, father, Tip.
Well, how do you do, gentlemen? And what brings you all here to my country? I do hope you're all in the best of health, and nothing serious is the matter.
They look like a rejected ACI project. Clearly everything is the matter.
General Ginger has an army of revolt. She recruited girls from every part of Oz, and they attacked Emerald City. So we ran away to ask for your help.
It sounds like a Charlie Brown from one of the crappy
How many
80s
girls
Peanut
does this general
specials.
have in her army?
I don't know, but there seem like hundreds. Will you help us put the Scarecrow back on the throne?
Will you help us put our enemies to the sword and festoon our towers with their entrails?
I'm having difficulties, my friend.
How large an army can you assemble?
We don't need an army. We four, with the aid of my axe, will strike terror into the hearts of these rebels.
Please, the line is, and my axe!
But I don't think you should count on me. I'm afraid I couldn't strike terror into anyone's heart.
I'm sure you can help.
And we cut quickly away so the writers don't have to explain how he can help.
And we'll sleep as late as we wish. No more regular hours for us. We are free of all the bad things our mothers tried to make us do.
And we cut quickly away so the writers don't have to describe this terrible mothering.
The friends approached the Emerald City, where General Ginger's girls were still in bed.
So should we call up the Cowardly Lion?
No. I owe him $50.
Wait a minute, I saw something.
I want to mumble at it.
Let us hurry on now. We haven't far to go. And if I know those lazy old girls, they'll be in bed till noon. This will make our job much easier.
I'll catch up.
All right, but hurry on.
I trust your sense of direction, kid who's clearly going over there to eat grass.
Hello, my little friend. What are you doing out in the country all alone?
Spreading pestilence and disease.
Do you want to travel with me?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I hope you are, as a Homo sapien, feeling in excellent health. Allow me to present my card.
Mr. H.M. Wogglebug, T.E. Are you a real Wogglebug?
Let's see you blight a potato crop.
Is not my name upon the card?
It is, but what does H.M. stand for?
HM means highly magnified.
Oh, you are very large.
It'll take the whole can of Raid to kill you.
Sir, you are a gentleman of judgment and discernment. Therefore, it is plainly evident that I am several times greater than any Wogglebug you have ever seen before.
And that I have a large slice of pastrami stuck to my
At
face.
the end of your name.
Those letters express my degree. To be more explicit, the initials mean I am thoroughly educated.
Now I understand. But may I ask how you became highly magnified and thoroughly educated?
Did you benefit from gross nepotism too?
But it is a story of a rather lengthy nature. If you wish to hear it, may we sit by the side of the road and perhaps have some lunch?
No, we're trying to reach Emerald City before noon.
We're gonna sell them soul
My
pounds.
friends. But you may walk with us and tell your story.
Pleasure, sir, I'm sure.
Wow. Wogglebug is a replacing Slash with Buckethead level downgrade.
What wonderful fun. Sleeping till noon and no dirty chores to do. Wonder where we could find some breakfast. Can you cook?
No, my mother usually does the cooking for me.
My dad, Henry Slinkman, is in charge of
Maybe
buying the
Ginger has
food.
some ideas. Let's go find her.
Yeah, we eat a lot of oysters.
Well?
Your Highness, we must do something about the water system, or we will have no fresh water.
Then do something about it.
You're the court translator. Fix our fresh water supply. Jeez.
Treasury. Your predecessor, the Scarecrow, did not want to raise taxes, but we must do something. It's inadequate.
Then you think of something. And if you want to raise the taxes, raise the taxes.
Government restructuring, tax policy, the wonderful land of
I
Oz.
must tax them also.
That's very well for you to say, Minister. But my girls have no money.
No money? There are literally emeralds everywhere.
Some way.
Well then, tax the old people. Now go away. I'm tired of all these problems.
And so the Queen sowed the seeds of her own downfall, pissing off the AARP.
Your Majesty, we have nothing to eat.
What do you mean, nothing to eat? We brought plenty of food with us, and there's food in the stores.
But Your Majesty, we have no way to cook it.
Maybe we could tap into your abundant sandwich reserves?
Each house has a stove, doesn't it?
But we don't know how to cook. We never learned.
I never heard of such a silly thing.
Didn't your brother Gus's teach you anything?
Now go and find one of the girls who knows how and let her teach you. Don't bother me with such silly things. Quick, girls, your weapons.
Expelliarmus!
I'd put those down if I were you. They're no match for my axe. Now get off that throne immediately. It belongs to my friend.
Ah, the good old days, when a kid's movie could feature a man in grease paint threatening a majorette with an axe.
And you are all guilty of treason, and I'll have you punished. Now put down that axe, and I may show you some leniency.
I'm not so sure about laws and all those things.
Neither am I.
Fortunately, Wogglebug used to work as a bail bondsman.
I hadn't thought about that.
Well, then she broke the law before.
Silence, little boy. Now I am queen, and you must live under my laws. Take them to the dungeon while I decide their fate.
You have the right to cook us food. If you give up this right, please still consider cooking us food.
I think you're wrong, and a wicked girl to do this to my friends and me. And if we're going to the dungeon, I'm gonna let my friend go.
He's packing heat. Stop him!
A noble move on your part, sir. A strategy I hadn't thought of.
Sexist stereotypes.
Palace. We must bolt the doors securely. Quickly.
Wogglebug is sort of the Microsoft Clippy of Oz, isn't he?
You know, this girl Ginger just might be right about being queen.
Yeah, right. What would a lady know about being
right.
queen?
Then I am wrong.
But you were the king until she came. So it appears to me that she is the interloper instead of you.
Where exactly do scarecrows fall in the line of succession?
And put her to flight.
Have we really conquered her? Tip, look out the window and tell me what you see.
Also, Tip, I'll need you to taste my food and start my car until this coup business dies down.
There's a double line of girls around the palace.
Their effigy of you hits all the obvious flaws.
We're truly her prisoners now as we were before.
My friend is right. Ginger is still queen, and we're her prisoners.
No testicle will be left unelectrocuted.
I'd hate to end up in the royal pastry.
Don't worry. If we stay locked up in here long enough, you'll spoil anyway.
Might as well put my heel through your skull now.
What an unhappy lot is mine. Father, why could you not make me out of tin or straw so I could keep indefinitely?
Can a pumpkin get a preservative up in this bitch?
Yes, just think of me, a highly magnified, thoroughly educated Wogglebug winding up in a royal goulash.
Wogglebug is so ready to defect.
The way we can get out of here is to fly. Wait a minute. I have this magic powder.
Powders?
You step on it yet?
What powders are those?
The powders that Mombi used to bring Jack to life.
Perhaps there's enough to perform another miracle.
Yeah, it worked for the 86 Mets.
What do you mean?
Well, from what I understand from Tip, these powders contain a magical ingredient that can bring an inanimate object to life.
Hell yeah, let's magic up some slaves.
Certain words are used.
And you know the words?
Of course.
Good. We could put together something to make a giant eagle. We could assemble it up on the roof, fly over the city, and all of us escape.
Then the Nazgul will spot you. Why does everyone forget that?
I don't know.
Let us put together the vehicle.
Obvious.
It's going to carry us away from here.
All right, I'll look in this room.
Tip immediately gets his hand stuck in a peanut butter jar and calls it his son.
Oh, good. Something else for the gallery of things that should not be.
Yeesh.
Yep, when I see a moldy, possibly infected dead animal head, my first thought is, hey, take it.
Wise move by the director to cut the profanity-laden trip up the castle stairs.
I think Scarecrow just lost an ankle.
Wow. Hard to lift with your legs when you can get kneecapped with balsa wood.
You know, I miss the old Pan Am uniforms.
I wonder where the king went.
It's a fleeting wonder, the kind that's overshadowed by beads.
And this is the moment when they realize Tip's growing obsession with taxidermy had become unnerving.
So is this how Carradine did it?
Ah, the late 60s, when accidental beaded curtain hangings plagued the country.
They managed to get out-engineered by the kid from Radio Flyer.
Radio Flyer? Hell, I think they got out-engineered by Cuba Gooding in Radio.
Yeah, it's probably enough holy water, Tip.
And now our pop-up tiki bar is complete.
Whoa. Toe. Po.
Wow, an automated Egyptian slave fan.
What's going on here?
I brought you to life, and you will fly away with us.
That's ridiculous.
Almost as ridiculous as me talking like the Great Gatsby.
You will now, so behave yourself and listen to me.
Yes, Father.
This is way easier than getting them at Mardi Gras.
Maybe I'd better go find a tune.
The Wright brothers' true vision finally realized.
General, they've escaped again.
Surrender Dorothy? You spelled it wrong, idiots!
That's the strangest creature I've ever seen. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The city is ours, and now the palace.
And with the right bribe to the health inspector, the Pinkberry.
Quit flying so high. You're in the clouds.
Don't bother me when I'm flying.
You heard me. You're too high. We can't even see the ground.
Peeping into windows is a crucial part to this mission.
I
Okay.
know when you've been good.
Who told the maid of honor she could do a song? Now she's pretty drunk.
Bad. For I've watched over you.
Invasions of privacy are best admitted through aria.
Adventures that you've faced. Adventures that you have.
Like a life of abuse and servitude, Tip.
Watched over you. You never
Miss, we have a lot of prom photos to take. Can you clear the stage for people with dates?
But I was near you, and I kept you well inside.
Choosing not to help or intervene.
That little dream you dreamt, well, it was really true.
It was? So I did make out with Jim J. Bullock during my chemistry final? Wow. Well, that explains a lot, really.
All right, Glinda, Bachelor number 1 was recently dethroned from his incompetent rule. Bachelor number 2 is an insufferable narcissist and hard to look at. Bachelor number 3 barely has a personality worth noting. Bachelor number 4 is a confused waking nightmare who smells like a tree fungus. And Bachelor number 5 probably won't live to see 12. These are your choices. Good luck.
I know you're very smart, for from the very start.
Why, yes, little lady, I am Wayne Coyne from the Flaming Lips.
Over you, and you have a brain.
Why, that's the most basic assessment anyone's ever said to me.
I have watched you too.
But often had to avert my eyes from my own sanity.
As for you, Tin Woodman, you're so kind and warm.
So why didn't you return my calls?
I made sure I always kept you safe from harm. My pumpkin head
I think I regret watching you most of all.
never left Tip's side. Yes, I have.
I love Tiny Daddy. He let me play in traffic.
Watched over.
This is the NSA reminding you to change your passwords to something easier for us to guess.
Hello, Your Majesty. It's good to see you again. We have come for your help.
Yes, I know.
Did you hear my song?
These are our friends. Tip, Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, I've been watching over. You know what? Forget it. You're on your own. I'm done watching you.
For your information, I would like to explain the HM and the TE.
You needn't.
Ooh, Glinda the sassy witch of the South.
How do you know everything?
Nothing in the Kingdom of Oz escapes the knowledge of Glinda the Good.
Except for when to pass the mic.
Has been invaded by a bunch of silly girls. They are already fighting among themselves. I think if you return, you will find no resistance.
Use women's media-bred insecurities to your advantage,
Something's
men.
been bothering me. General Ginger told me that she had as much right to the throne as I had because she took it. Now, I've been thinking about this.
She was right. I can't even get crows to
throne.
respect my authority.
The Emerald City was governed by its rightful ruler, Pastoria, from whom the wizard usurped it. But alas, now Pastoria is dead and gone.
Turned out he was allergic to emeralds. So sad.
Not exactly. Pastoria had a daughter, and the daughter is the rightful heir to the throne of the Emerald City.
Then if the girl still lives, I'll not stand in her way.
Can you not stare at me, Bug? It's really creepy.
Her name is Ozma, but where she lives, I do not know. When the wizard took the throne, he hid the girl in some secret place.
A strange land many have heard of, but none have seen. Delaware.
Unable to uncover the trick.
That is strange. But I was informed that the wonderful Wizard of Oz was nothing but a humbug.
Someone, please, take a magnifying glass to that thing, leave it crispy and smoking on the sidewalk.
He made several trips to the north to visit an old woman named Mombi.
Mombi? That's my wicked old stepmother.
Yes, I know.
Carol Ann Mombison. I went to high school with her.
We must go and make old
AKA
Mombi tell us
Mombi.
why the Wizard of Oz visited her 3 times.
I think that's what we should do. We can't leave Emerald City in the hands of those naughty girls.
Those naughty girls are doing fine in my hands. Barry Man. My hands.
Yeah,
Mr. Man.
What about you, Tit?
I don't want to go back to my old stepmother, Mombi.
And her purple cow that
nothing
keeps
to worry
asking
about,
if
my
I
boy.
wouldst wish to
When I am
live
there, her magic will
deliciously.
be useless. Now, by the power of the good fairies and all that is good in the land of Oz, I bid that we confront ourselves with Mombi.
Confronting Mombi. There's something vaguely Freudian about this I can't put my finger on.
They can defend themselves with these piercing, weaponized wind chimes.
Oh, there you are, you little rascal. Run away, will you?
My phone locked up 3 times. I had to go ask the neighbor kid what to do.
With all the good magic, I bid you to stop. Your bad magic will have no effect while I am here.
This giant skirt conceals a powerful EMP generator.
But now you are confronted with me, Glinda the Good Fairy, and I bid you to tell the truth.
Go away.
Well, they're on another set at different times,
house.
clearly, so they really are away.
I'll do what I wish.
We will go shortly, but first you must tell us why the mighty Wizard of Oz visited you 3 times.
Ugh, it's because he's selling Cutco knives now. The guy will not leave me alone.
Learn how to make tea biscuits.
Look at me, Mombi. What is the color of the star on my wand?
I don't see color because I'm not a racist, you filthy fairy. I hope all your kind die.
Then you have told a falsehood. Only when the truth is spoken will the star stay silver. So you see...
Oh, and it
is
flashes
useless
red
to
if
lie
there's
to
a
me.
carbon monoxide
Very
leak.
well. The wizard brought me a little girl named Ozma.
I'd ordered a Cosmo, but he was so senile I just let it go and
he
kept her.
begged me to conceal her. He left me with the command
That I never allow my brother Torgo to babysit.
practice sorcery. I could never let her out of my sight.
That's what I thought.
Oh, yeah, right. Nancy Drew here knew the whole time.
Well, he taught me some of his magical tricks, but they were all frauds.
Yeah, knocked me up, emptied my bank account in Blue Town.
Magic, and I wanted to practice it. So I kept my part of the promise.
He also gave me a coupon for a free tire rotation, but I never used it.
Yes, she is.
Your Majesty, the star is still silver.
I think my vision has begun to dim as the decay sets in.
I enchanted her. I transformed her
Into a delicious gumbo.
Yes, Mombi. Into what?
into a boy.
A boy?
So it's Hedwig and the Angry Witch.
That is the Princess Ozma, the child brought to me by the wizard who stole her father's throne.
And his crappy little Emerald
Yeah.
Ford
He's
Pinto.
the rightful ruler of the Emerald City.
I'm no princess. I'm not a girl.
Honey, any drag queen can tell you, you don't have to be a girl to be a princess.
Because Mombi transformed you into a boy. But you were born a girl and also a princess. So you must resume your proper form, and you must become queen of the Emerald City.
But this is also...
Put your Johnson up on the cheese tray. Let me grab that knife. Hold still.
Don't worry, old chap. It doesn't hurt to be a girl. So I'm told.
You mean aside from the excruciating cramps once a month?
Personally, I think that girls are just as good as boys anyway.
Yes, don't worry. We'll all still be your good friends. Girls make better pupils.
And I'll show you how to make the biggest balls of dung you've ever seen.
In the wonderful world of education.
But if you're turned into a girl, how can you be my father?
I don't know. I'm part seahorse. I lost the plot a long time ago.
Girl. It is not exactly that you're going to be a girl. You're going to remain Tip. The girl is Ozma. You are not exactly Ozma now.
Wait. Start over. I need to diagram this.
When I transform you, Ozma will be the girl, and Tip will be your spirit. A wonderful, adventurous spirit that will float out into the land beyond and become a part of every little boy.
You'll be a part of their digestive system. Duodenum, maybe. I haven't decided yet.
Put it that way, it's not so bad.
Of course not. You will live a million adventures instead of just one or two.
Yeah,
Now,
my
are you
life's
ready?
been a dull gray hellscape. Thanks, lady.
Man,
I hereby overcome all the mischievous magic of old Mombi, and I am going to restore Ozma to her original beautiful self on the throne of the Emerald City.
I'm also giving power back to Charles Taylor in Liberia and Idi Amin in Uganda. I think it's the right call.
How can I keep an army together? They're deserting day after day.
Come, let us drink Tranya. Ha 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 ha.
Who are you?
Oh, God, lady, that's a long story.
She is the rightful owner to the throne of the Emerald City. You are an imposter. I am the good fairy Glenda, and I order you and your girls to be gone from the city.
Within days, half the city was dead, and she was known as Glinda the Impaler.
I have a feeling that I know you all. This is the Scarecrow.
And this is Robot Abraham Lincoln.
Woodman, who was the Emperor of the Winkies. And this is the Wogglebug, who is going to be your royal teacher. And this is Jack the Pumpkinhead.
Who is, well, he's around and stuff.
The Scarecrow and I wish to travel throughout the land of Oz as your emissaries of goodwill.
First, we will accompany the Tin Woodman back to his kingdom.
Which may take many years because we all walk like drunk newborn giraffes.
If you're going to become such a great world traveler, you must allow my royal haberdashers to make you a new hat.
But what about me?
No hats in the compost pile, bud.
Like that. Who needs a hat?
Well, I can see that I'm not needed here any longer. So, Ozma, if you ever need me, just call.
I'm in the yellow pages under you for utter confusion.
Okay, she's gone. Now can we just dish about how big her hips look in that gown?
Please.
teacher.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm sure that bug won't suddenly reveal serrated mandibles and chew your head off.
How'd you like to meet a purple cow?
Nah.
With four big horns that growing from her brow.
You know, this song was also playing when the starving German soldiers retreated from Stalingrad in 43.
How'd you like to meet a pumpkin man?
I don't get it. In the art of war, Sun Tzu says no empire can stand before cute matching outfits.
Fine, we're defeated, but I'm not paying your stupid dumb reparations.
And if we need advice, we'll ask the Woggle Bug. You'll find that he's wise and he's witty.
Yeah, it's the Emerald City, people, so make sure it looks like it's made out of sagging, wet cardboard.
Tin Man,
gray as can be.
well, you can take my hand.
Well, thanks for joining us, folks, on this excruciating journey through Oz. Wow. And if you got this riff anywhere other than our site, please head over to RiffTrax.com/donate and make it right. Remember, Glinda knows all.
Keep munching, munchkins!
Boz. Oz.
It's time for RiffTrax.
Copyright by RiffTrax, all rights reserved.